Good morning. Hope you're having a good day. Um, Real quick, I'm going to throw together a video to try to show you how to manipulate Excel a little bit. If you don't already know, there's probably 100 ways to do this, but since the Excel file has everyone's kids, first and second semester, there's a lot in there, and I didn't want to go on the assumption that people necessarily knew how to manipulate Excel. If you highlight the columns across the column bar A to M, and at first activate your filters, that means that every single one of these will then have a filter. They're all GEHS, so I'm not going to mess with that. But let's say that I wanted to find just my kids. First thing I'm doing here is clicking the drop down on teacher and then clicking select all to get rid of everyone. And let's just say that I'll use Mr. Hatfield as an example. So, okay, here are Mr. Hatfield's students and all of his classes. If I wanted to change the course that I was after and say just get my students for sports in America, I can select just those students, click OK. So then I'm into a much smaller group. If I want to organize those students, I can still click on just that column, and I can use my sorting A to Z. I do want to expand the selection to continue so that all of their data travels with them. Okay, so now the students are organized here by last name and A to Z. I can still adjust these columns if I want to see the full name. Um, and that may be useful for me with their student ID number, first name, last name, to copy, cut, and paste into my SLO file. And so with just a few clicks, I can get myself sorted out into a much smaller selection. Then if I want to go back and look at one of the other courses, I simply go into the filter, turn on the other class that I'm after, and notice again this group hasn't been filtered A to Z. Expand the selection. Now they're A to Z by last name, that group. If you have students, let's take a look at a bigger class like world history. Those are semester classes. So here's a year-long class, and notice that in world history, sort A to Z, expand the selection, that students' names show up twice. That's because Reagan Anderson is in first semester and second semester. This has brought up an interesting question about those students that are first semester only. The response from curriculum is that we could drop the students that are not both semesters, or if you want to assess them at mid-year, you could assess them, isolate those questions which are for the first half of the year, use that as a data point for those students, and then do the same thing in the second half of the year. At this point, when you're down to your list, it's a matter of just deleting students that you're going to delete or deleting the duplicates wherever necessary, and simply highlight a column, hit delete, and they're out of there. I hope this really helps you out. Have a great day.